Hello and welcome to Learn English Easy and Fast. Are you looking for a fun and easy way to improve your English? Stories are one of the best ways to learn. Stories are an essential tool for learning English because they help learners improve their reading, comprehension, and vocabulary skills. By reading engaging stories, learners can understand how sentences are structured and how words are used in different contexts. This story, The Mysterious Letter, is designed for intermediate-level learners. It introduces new vocabulary, enhances reading comprehension, and encourages critical thinking through an intriguing mystery. In this story, learners will improve their ability to understand descriptive language, identify key details, and expand their vocabulary. The story also includes suspense, which keeps readers engaged and motivated to continue learning. Additionally, the vocabulary list at the end helps reinforce new words in a meaningful way. By reading this story, learners can practice comprehension, develop their vocabulary, and gain confidence in understanding English texts. The mystery aspect of the story keeps the reading experience engaging, making learning enjoyable. The Mysterious Letter. Liam was a young man who had just moved to a new town. He didn't know anyone, but he was excited to start fresh. His new home was an old house with creaky wooden floors and large windows that let in the golden evening light. It had been empty for many years, and the air inside smelled of aged paper and dust. One evening, while unpacking his belongings, he found an old letter hidden inside the drawer of his desk. The envelope was yellowed with age, and the handwriting on it was elegant but faded. His curiosity grew stronger as he turned it over in his hands. Carefully, Liam opened the envelope and pulled out the letter. It read, "Dear friend, if you are reading this, then you have found my message. My name is Eleanor, and I once lived in this house many years ago. There is a secret hidden here, but only someone with a kind heart will be able to discover it." Liam's heart raced with excitement. A secret? What could it be? He decided to search the house. He tapped on the walls, checked under the floorboards, and examined the furniture. After hours of searching, he nearly gave up. But then, he noticed something strange about the bookshelf. It seemed slightly out of place. He pulled it forward, and behind it, he found a small wooden box covered in dust. With trembling hands, he opened the box. Inside was a beautiful locket with a picture of a young woman and a man. There was also another note. "This locket belonged to my grandparents. They were separated during the war, but their love never faded. I hope this treasure finds someone who believes in love and kindness. If you found this, please take care of it." Liam smiled and held the locket close. He decided to keep it safe and cherish the story behind it. From that moment on, he no longer felt alone in his new town. He felt connected to the past and its stories. Discovery gave him a sense of belonging, and he realized that every place has a history waiting to be uncovered. As days passed, Liam became more interested in learning about the town's history. He visited the local library, spoke with elderly neighbors, and even found records of Eleanor's family. He learned about the struggles people faced during the war and how love and hope helped them overcome challenges. His English skills improved as he read old letters, historical documents, and books about the past. One day, while exploring the town museum, Liam met an elderly woman named Margaret. She had lived in the town for decades and knew many stories about its past. When Liam mentioned Eleanor's name, Margaret's eyes widened in surprise. "Eleanor was my aunt," she said softly. "She always spoke about the love story of our grandparents, but we never found the locket. It must have been lost in the house." Liam showed her the locket, and tears welled up in her eyes. "You have no idea how much this means to my family," she whispered. "Would you be willing to return it?" Liam hesitated for a moment. He had grown attached to the locket, but he knew it belonged with Eleanor's family. Smiling, he placed it in Margaret's hands. "It's yours," he said. "I'm just grateful to have been part of its story." Margaret thanked him and invited him to a family gathering, where he met more of Eleanor's relatives. They shared stories about their ancestors, and Liam felt truly welcomed. What had started as a simple mystery had led him to a newfound sense of belonging, deeper friendships, and a love for history. Through his journey, Liam not only found a connection to the house, but also improved his understanding of the language. The story of the mysterious letter taught him patience, curiosity, and the power of words.
Vocabulary list. Belongings. Noun, things that a person owns. Example, she packed her belongings in a suitcase. Envelope. Noun, a flat paper container for a letter. Example, he put the letter in an envelope before mailing it. Elegant. Adjective, graceful and stylish. Example, she wore an elegant dress to the party. Faded. Adjective, lost color or strength over time. Example, the old book's cover was faded. Trembling. Adjective, shaking slightly. Example, he held the paper with trembling hands. Examined. Verb, looked at something carefully. Example, the doctor examined the patient. Slightly. Adverb, a little bit. Example, he was slightly taller than his brother. Separated. Verb, moved apart. Example, the two friends were separated when one moved away. Cherish, verb, to care for something deeply. Example, she cherished the memories of her childhood. Connected. Adjective, linked or related to something. Example, he felt connected to his family even though they lived far away. Creaky. Adjective, making a squeaking or cracking sound. Example, the old door was creaky. Curiosity. Noun, a strong desire to learn or know something. Example, his curiosity led him to explore the forest. Historical. Adjective, related to the past. Example, he read a historical novel about ancient Rome. Discovery. Noun, the process of finding something unknown. Example, the scientist made an exciting discovery. Overcome. Verb, to successfully deal with a problem. Example, she overcame her fear of speaking in public. Ancestor. Noun, a person from whom someone is descended. Example, he studied the history of his ancestors. Hesitated. Verb, paused before doing something. Example, she hesitated before answering the question. Widened. Verb, became larger or more open. Example, his eyes widened in surprise. Gathering. Noun, a meeting of people for a special purpose. Example, they had a family gathering for the holiday. Welled up. Phrasal verb, to fill with emotion. Example, tears welled up in her eyes.